P.O.C.
These are demons stalking with impossible light. DG56G44, co-conspiring in murder and doing so. These are demons whose 9VIV456, whose light activity becomes more ridiculous, more impossible, meaning more targeting, 9DMU340, as they are demons who are not engaged in traffic, just driving by, ignorant of you, but they're engaged in stalking you, which is targeting you in an environment which proves it, and they're doing so while they are aware of the fact that you are even documenting, which infuriates psychopathic serial killers who are targeting with impossible light. I'm capturing images of their license plates. I'm showing you the demons that are stopping on the side of the road, engaging in conspicuous stalking and surveillance. They're doing so while the sex offense remains underway, 9KAP253, sharing in that pattern of conduct. Not a coincidence. It's also supernatural. It's not a coincidence. They're engaging in that psychopathic pacing while they over and under majority are pacing behind me on the sidewalk. They're engaging in that 5XNB324 is a car full of demons who are conspiring murder. Those that are doing so over and under the age of majority. This is the city of Ontario engaged surveillance. These are psychopaths who are gang stalking, and they want to appear outwardly as though they are focused on something else. That is the pattern of conduct. The city of Ontario is engaged in psychopathic pacing. The city of Ontario is a conspirator of murder. The city of Ontario is engaged in certifiable, mentally ill, and demented conduct of stalking with light. The entire people. This is P.O.C. demons. This is gang violence. P.O.C. This is the same exact conduct at nightfall, by the way, where the entity is engaging in what is driving, and you're supposed to believe that those are headlights that then shoot across the wall and cause my multiple shadows that are upright, projected on the wall to vacillate. It's not sunlight. That's not the sun. And this is psychopathic pacing, 9UMH751, including while you see the demon walk through it. They're monitoring together. These are the demons that commit murder. I just want to be clear. And this is, again, exposing to you what are satanic rituals and its criminal activity. But this is how they engage in committing murder as well, 9EKV470. Like I stated, the more that I document, the more that they engage in pacing. The foot traffic increases, the light activity increases, and what you'll also see in my images is the fake sun that's staying here. All right, remember I captured video yesterday at 7:29, 7:37 a.m. It is 8:47 a.m. Fake sun in the same position, and you'll see the fake sun in my images where I'm showing you the fake sun is shining, and then it is then hiding itself as I begin taking pictures. The more that I document them, the fake sun begins shining brighter. This is the entity that's engaging in criminal monitoring conduct, stalking with light, engaging in what is the demons that behave as animals. They engage in communicating that threat through the environment and their behavior, 7BFZ659. And it's all accomplishing what is criminal monitoring, which is the act committed by a public entity in furtherance of murdering you, monitoring you, which is threatening, terrorizing conduct by an entity of the mentally ill. P.O.C. License plate 8XJK125. They're engaging in that pattern of conduct while they are indeed engaged in targeting. That is the inexplicable coexistence of engineered light moving across the wall at a distance from the street while they are driving south on the road, okay? And they're doing so in the shade, 6AAN762. And I've been capturing this pattern of conduct for years. It's not only supernatural, impossible to occur, that's how you have what is inexplicable, okay? That inexplicable 8GSF430 coexistence with being in the presence, and that inexplicable activity is speaking to what is not a coincidence, but it is the pattern. The population, the city, the state is engaged in stalking. And the city and the state, the county are stalking because they are engaging in what is criminal monitoring. Criminal monitoring is demonic. That's what that light activity is. They're doing it under the fake sun, which remains here. Remember, Jay Sandoval is threatening a kidnapping as I'm documenting at 9:40, 9:50 in the morning. This is where the entity keeps a fake sun, but not when I go to the Ontario Town Square, which is on the opposite side of this and this apartment building, downtown Ontario luxury apartment, where this fake sun moves as I move, and the demons are then stalking with impossible light. The demons of the city of Ontario, psychopaths that are showing that Paul Leon is an enemy of this country. He is unfit to be in office, while serial killers that are demon possessed are wearing orange vests, digging in the dirt and stalking with light, stalking in the path, engaging in the conspiracy to commit murder as an entity with the demons that are pacing all around. License 8WEK194, which the city of Ontario is engaged in the psychopathic pacing as well. This is P.O.C. This is what you need to pay attention to, because these are the demons that are going into mental wards. They're going to be deported out of this country. They're going to be separated from minor children. They are engaging in the pattern of conduct, and it is exposing the threat that they are to themselves and the public, including while you're looking at the demonic pattern of stalking with light. This is where the airport is stalking. Demons that are engaging in certifiable conduct, such as stalking with light, stalking under the fake sun, are engaging in certifiable conduct, psychotic conduct, such as stalking in planes and helicopters. 8RIM070, and they do so in furtherance of murdering you. Okay, this is this bus stop sign right here on the floor. This is my shadow, and they have engineer light moving across the wall. And then they are doing so with the demons, the gang members that are walking, the foot traffic. That's the entity that's doing so. As I document, the more and more conduct that the entity engages in. SoCal Edison is gang stalking, and so are these. This is the P.O.C. I just want you to show you. This is engineer light. This is all methods of light activity. They're walking in it. It's flying across while they're driving by. It's under the fake sun, which moves as I move. This is engineer light that's stationary on the ground, while this demon with the Viet American Weekly with engineer light on the building. Okay, this is for the gang stalking purposes of those that by the way, I want to be clear, granted a privilege to be in this country, and they're engaged with the government. Okay, anywhere that you're going, the population, this is what's going on inside of Starbucks. Don't forget the population that's targeting me, and they know exactly where you're at. That's the P.O.C. That's activity creation while he closes the door. Moving across the wall, that's the entity that's engaging in that. That's not sunlight. And this is the pattern of conduct that's inside of Starbucks that committed kidnapping. Okay, this is the P.O.C. That is the population that is engaging in what is a conspiracy to murder. This is the entity that's going to be prosecuted. Psychopathic pacing by SoCal Edison. Just want to be clear, I point them out. They're engaging in psychopathic pacing over and over and over again. POC. That's a company that is stalking. That's the pattern of conduct pursuant to the specific environment. The entities engaging in that POC, not coincidentally. And by the way, the pattern of conduct is supernatural. There is no mistaking with regard to prosecuting a public entity that has failed in accomplishing murder. And this is speaking to what is unprecedented criminal activity by government in concert with the people who are not individual citizens. They are in the shoes of the government that thought that they could accomplish terrorizing you and falsely depicting your character in doing so. And they have shown themselves to be psychopaths, serial killers, and violent sex offenders who are going to be prosecuted accordingly. This is POC. Conspicuous stalking and surveillance is an unlawful threat posed by the government. Okay, that's the pattern of conduct, and they're going to be prosecuted accordingly. It is currently 8:52 a.m. at 537 North Euclid Avenue, and this is the exact same conduct that they were engaging in at nightfall, molesting with engineer light. It's not sunlight, and it's also not their headlights at nightfall when they are stalking. 9 SAU 928 POC.